I'm Pat Doris. Welcome to the story. You know, over the last 9 years, Oregon has tinkered 3 times with the laws surrounding low-level drug possession. If you ask police, the first 2 really did not mess too much with the way that they enforce drug crimes. But that third one, Measure 110, oh yeah, they feel it's done a real number on the justice system and a bunch of communities. Portland State University researchers have been talking to them recently. They are partway through a 3-year study on Measure 110. Their first report is out now, and that is our big story tonight. The results probably were not going to surprise you, no matter what side of this issue that you're on. Most cops in Oregon feel like Measure 110 is a complete failure. But the researchers say, hold on, it's too soon to say that for sure. We'll show you the study results in a moment, but first some background. There are 3 researchers from PSU looking at the impacts of Measure 110. Their efforts being paid for by the U.S. Department of Justice. This is going to go on for 3 years. This first year is focused on talking with police from 10 agencies in 6 counties, half urban like Multnomah and half rural. I had a chance to talk with one of the PSU professors today. His name is Christopher Campbell. He said that officers don't think Measure 110 is working because, in part, people who have a problem with drugs are not getting help.
One of the major things that we found was that officers are skeptical of how decriminalization can motivate people to voluntarily seek treatment, which is manifested into officers being far less willing to hand out citations. For instance, one officer that we spoke to from an urban sheriff's office suggested that they believe Measure 110 took away the system's ability to help people recognize their rock bottom, so to speak, and kickstart a new life void of drug use. So this, along with many other reasons, leave officers feeling like giving out citations isn't really worth their time. This issue was really referenced by almost every interview, about 96% of our interviews. And it really bears out in the data when we look at arrests and citations.
Yeah, we've heard from people on the street. They think those citations are a joke. The researchers came away with 5 main themes from talking with police. Number 1, officers feel when they find someone with user amounts of drugs, Measure 110 now takes away their probable cause to search for other crimes related to drugs like burglary and ID theft. And because of that, they think they're not stopping as much crime. Also, it's harder to find informants who will help them get to the big drug dealers and distributors. Measure 110, police say, took away their bargaining power with street-level users. They can't threaten them with court punishments if they don't cooperate as informants. And those first 2 issues, police say, also led to this third issue, which is a drop in proactive policing. They also feel Measure 110 is all carrot and no stick. People found using drugs are not held accountable, and some officers are hesitant to issue Measure 110 citations. They think it's a waste of time. The researchers also found police frustrated that there's no way to stop people from committing drug-related crimes.
Many officers believe that without that traditional system of carrots, that is dropping charges, so to speak, in a drug court sense, and sticks, that is the use of jails, then there's no way to stop people from committing crimes related to drug use. So the concern now is, where do we get that point of contact of treatment? How do you get folks engaged with treatment, if not through the criminal justice system, which was drug court typically, or just using charges to hold over their head?
And by the way, what about that spike in drug-related deaths in Oregon? The study includes this graph that shows a climbing number of drug-related deaths beginning during COVID, but then really taking off after the passage of Measure 110. It looks like the numbers are kind of starting to fall a bit at the far right there.
But we wanted to couch the fact that, yes, Oregon, first of all, is experiencing a spike in drug-related deaths, and it is very critical, and it's very important that we focus on that as a social problem. However, we also have to couch that in the fact that the rest of the nation is also experiencing a very similar rise in drug-related deaths. So it's not just Oregon, and if it's not just Oregon, then it can't just be Measure 110, right? So there's a number of factors that could be going into this. And that's one of the reasons why we say it's too early to say, is because we just need a little bit more follow-up time from when Measure 110 occurred and then what happens after that.
And anytime we talk about Measure 110, you have lots to say on both sides. So here's your chance. What do you think of this new study? Are you surprised? Do you think decriminalizing is working or not? Send me an email or call and leave me a voicemail, will you? We love hearing your opinion. The email is thestory@kgw.com. The voicemail number is 503-226-5090. By the way, it doesn't matter if you're watching us live or later. I'd love to hear from you.